Two deadly incidents on New Year's Day have left the nation in shock. In New Orleans, 14 people were killed when a truck deliberately plowed into a crowd of New Year's revelers. In Las Vegas, a Tesla Cybertruck exploded in an incident that remains under investigation. Both attacks involved vehicles rented from Turo, a peer-to-peer car-sharing company. Authorities are exploring any potential connections between the two, especially after learning that both suspects had served at the same military base. However, there is no evidence suggesting they served together or at the same time. The FBI is treating the New Orleans attack as an act of terrorism. The driver, 42-year-old Shamsuddin Jabber, a U.S. Army veteran, acted alone but was reportedly inspired by ISIS. Hours before the attack, Jabber posted several videos on Facebook pledging his support for the extremist group. In one of the videos, he explained that he had originally planned to harm his family, but ultimately chose to carry out the attack in public, hoping to make a broader statement. Authorities are continuing to investigate his social media and personal history for any further clues about his motives. Surveillance footage has shown Jabber unloading his rented truck outside his Airbnb hours before the attack. Investigators have been processing the scene for evidence, hoping to uncover more about his actions leading up to the tragedy. A high school classmate of Jabber described him as a positive, respectful person who never expressed extremist views. This stark contrast between his past behavior and the deadly attack has left many in disbelief. The FBI is urging anyone who knew Jabber to come forward with more information. In New Orleans, the city is mourning the loss of 14 lives, but their spirit remains unbroken. Bourbon Street reopened today, and flowers were placed in tribute to the victims. Among those killed was Reggie Hunter, a 37-year-old father of two, whose family remembers him as a kind and joyful man. Another victim was a former football player, whose family had sent him a Happy New Year text just hours before the attack. Families are now in the painful process of making funeral arrangements and sharing memories of the victims. President Joe Biden has expressed his support for the people of New Orleans, calling the attack an act of terrorism and stressing that the city will not be overcome by the attackers' twisted ideology. The attack also led to a delay in the Sugar Bowl, but the people of New Orleans continue to show resilience. Despite the tragedy, the community is standing strong, refusing to let fear take hold. Security has been significantly increased throughout the city, especially around Bourbon Street. The New Orleans Police Department has set up additional barriers to prevent any further attacks, while the Department of Homeland Security is also on the ground. Fans attending the Sugar Bowl today reported feeling reassured by the heightened security presence around the Superdome. The city is on high alert, but its people remain united in the face of adversity.